All right, welcome everyone. Let's get this going here. Good stuff. All right, everything seems to be loading up nicely here. Oh, except Titan's frozen again. Awesome. Let's just get him going. Yay! Titan's alive! Woohoo! Hello, I'm Titan the Great Dane, and today we're working on picture number 4 of 4 of our close-up eye series of animals that have been rendered with fur in Iray. And yeah, so this one's actually looking pretty good as well too. You might see this one from yesterday because I was trying to decide between this gray wolf and the rust-colored wolf yesterday. And today we're going to be working on the gray wolf. Now, what's kind of interesting is that Photoshop dropped some brand new filters called the neutral filters, and we've been kind of playing around with those. One of the ones I really like is the actual one called harmonization. And let me just kind of scroll out of this guy for a second here. Where's my pointer? There's my pointer. All right, so let's, whoops, no, I didn't want that. Thank you very much, Photoshop. We'll scroll out a bit. Cool. Actually, we'll just double click this. There we go. So yeah, so from Envato, I downloaded, I have a professional subscription with Envato right now, and I downloaded this background here. And it's a nice purple and red, which is pretty slick. And what it did is that harmonization blends foreground images to the background. And one of the things that it did is with a little bit of tweaking, I was able to produce this with the brand new filter that came out yesterday in Photoshop. Look at that. It blended it really well. Like, I am quite impressed. Like, even when I pull up the histogram and that, it looks really darn good. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get him going here. Is that I'm going to get rid of some strange little stray hairs here with our selection tool and content aware, and then we're going to add some backgrounds that from Envato, so that should be pretty fun. So again, the brand new filter from Photoshop using this random background here with all the purples and reds, it was able to produce this with one click of the button. I'm just blown away. So okay, so let's kind of fix them up a bit, and then we're going to really get some cool backgrounds going here, and that's got me really excited. I like playing with new toys and that. I really do. It's just a lot of fun. Cool. Move you over to here. So there's not too much wrong with this guy here, with this one, because there's already a lot of gray in him. But there is some really strange little strands kind of going all over the place, and we're gonna get rid of those. And then we're gonna play around with some backgrounds. So that's gonna be really fun. So make sure I got the correct layer selected. Yeah, okay. Yes, the gray wolf. Thank you, Photoshop. All right. Cool. Oh, shift key. Yeah. And then tomorrow we're going to be starting something new, because these pictures here are going to be going on to my online portfolio at titanthegreatdane.com. Now you can choose the area of Photoshop uses fill selection, preview it live, output it to a new layer. Go to edit content where fill to try it out. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, thanks, Photoshop. You might have actually done something good for once. Interesting. Okay. We might have to play around with that a little bit. Yeah, actually, let's choose. Yeah, because we're using the new Photoshop 2022 version. So let's just select a few of these guys here and then see what it's talking about. So, fill. Yeah, all that seems to be the same. Or was it somewhere different? Was there somewhere different I was supposed to go? Was it a filter? Yeah, there's the new neutral filters I was playing with. Blur. Well, it's not a blur. Okay, no, I don't see the content aware anywhere. In filters. Frame sharpen. Okay. Whatever. Click away. Yeah, there we go. There. Good job. Cool. So we're going to work fairly quickly on this guy here just to get it done. Just to get him going. Right on. Cool. Yeah, working with some mellow music today. Yeah, because we're in a good, happy mood today. We're in a good mood, and I'm feeling pretty darn good today. Yeah, that worked out really well. Cool. Get rid of that guy there. Get rid of that guy there. It's all part of the fun. I was going to say, that was a pretty short song. What are you doing to me there? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, I didn't need to do that. There we go. Get rid of these funny little lines. Yeah, yesterday, you great people in chat were letting me know that I was lagging in Twitch, so hopefully we're not lagging as much. So I checked my internet connection, and my ISP, my internet service provider, has some tools for diagnosing strange things happening. And actually, that made slightly too much of an area there. Yeah, okay. There, that works better. Now it doesn't look like a big gray blob. Has some tools on there to diagnose some problems, and I didn't see anything, but of course it was after the fact. Yeah. And then CyberRed was nice enough to let me know that not to worry about things like that, and if you do lose a connection, if your connection is lost, just come back. Just come back. Now, another weird thing too is that yesterday I didn't even realize I lost my Twitch connection midstream. So all this stuff here I was doing with the Grey Wolf was gone. it was just gone. I don't know what it had to do with the lag, but it was just showing it just completely gone. So I was a little sad by that the work I was doing yesterday just disappeared off of Twitch. But it's all part of working with technology, right? Like we live with technology and we work with technology and we do our best with what we have, and we make do, right? Yeah. Very nice. Now I'm noticing my frames per second's kind of dropping a little bit there. When I select a lot of these in a row. Yeah, I'm going to select 3 in a row and see if my frames per second drops. No, it didn't drop there. If I knew rhyme to reason why that's happening, if I could actually see that myself, that would make me happy. Because then if I knew what the problem was, I can actually, do something about it, right? Very nice. Very nice indeed. Cool. Yeah, this afternoon, I gotta go get my winter tires put on the truck. Yep, it's getting close that time. It's now on a regular basis getting to about 4 degrees Celsius at night, and during the day it only gets about 7 degrees Celsius or 10 degrees Celsius. So it's time to put those winter tires on. Because here in Prince Edward Island, we seem to get snow later than the rest of Canada. I don't know if it's a bit of a strange phenomenon, but I have friends in Ontario, Canada, that get snow like way before we do. And then when our snow hits, we don't really get a lot of accumulation, but we get a lot of wind. There's lots of wind we have to contend with. Yeah, so on a real windy day in the wintertime, the furnace just keeps going, just keeps trucking along. Good old furnace. Very nice. I don't know. I've been thinking about this restream here, where it's restreaming onto YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and I'm not sure if I want to stick with it. Because if I'm using restream, people are saying I'm getting dropped frames, and like that's one of the whole reasons I went with restream, so I wouldn't have that problem. So people would have a great experience, because I would stream to the restream source, to their server, and then they would redistribute it to everybody else at the same time. And restream seems to have a really close server to where I am here on Prince Edward Island. So I was liking that, and it's closer than Twitch's server, like much closer, apparently. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try restream. And I had no free month or anything like that. It was just I paid my $19 like everybody else, and I'm just trying the service. So I don't know if I can actually recommend restream right now. Maybe tomorrow, just for fun, just tomorrow, I might not do restream, even though I have a subscription to them, and then just try it directly to Twitch. And then see if anybody complains about that. So I'm relying on you, chat, to let me know if anything goes south while that's going on, and then see how that goes, just to see. Yeah. Bum bum bum. Come on, I'm gonna grab some water here. And my chair seems to be going down. Here, I'm gonna roll back so I can pull up my chair. It's kind of weird. Not like I was twisting or shouting in my chair, but dogs don't need chairs, do they? Only to jump up on the counters with. I slay me. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Not each other. Oh, that's so much fun. Awesome. Do you guys have anything special you have to do during the wintertime? Is there something you do to your houses or to your apartments to winterize it or anything? Like, do you still put plastic on your windows on the inside to prevent drafts? Do they even still sell that? I think they do somewhere. Probably the hardware stores like Home Depot or Home Hardware probably has that plastic you put over windows to keep the heat in. I'm sure they would. That wouldn't be something that would just go away. People would have older windows in older homes, or even newer homes with bad windows, and they would need that, especially in basements. Usually, I find when I go into people's homes and whatnot, and I have to go into like the furnace room for whatever reason, I don't know, to get like a case of pop or something or whatever. The furnace room's like considered the cold room, because the furnace room always seems, if it has a window, it always has a really small, crappy window, and the weather stripping is gone. So around the cracks around the window, you can actually see the outside. I've been in homes like that. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I like this randomness that's happening here, especially with these guys. That line looks just a little too straight. There, gone, gonzos. Cool. Oh, what am I doing? I meant to do this. Is there any strange grayed out hairs here? Oh yeah, there's like a bright one here. There we go. Oh, I like this song. Yeah. Velocity. Yeah. You know, years ago when we were house shopping, for the current house we're in right now, it's really interesting how people. It's not really how they stage their homes. It's what's lurking in the background. Like I've even looked at homes that were listed on Kijiji, like for sale by owner, and those ones are actually kind of fun to go through because with these ones particular too is that the owner is always right there and the owner is always staring at you. I've been to 3 FSBOs, 3 for sale by owners before I bought this place here, which was listed through an agency, and I think it was Remax. And but those for sale by owners, it's like the homeowners like just talking nonstop, like unlike on Twitch where it's recommended to talk, chat, and interact with chat because chat's fun, eh? I love interacting with the chat. But when you're kind of house shopping, the person's like talking over and over and over, like talking about like bizarre things and like kind of things that are a little irrelevant to what room that you're in. So if you're in the living room, they start talking about the bathroom. If you're in the bathroom, they start talking about the basement. You're in the basement, start talking about the yard outside. Like, okay. Like if whoops, at one of the houses I looked at, what is going on? At one of the houses that I looked at, there was a socket wrench and a socket right by the furnace, and the homeowner was right there at the FSBO. And so I asked the homeowner, okay, so how often do you have to adjust your furnace? How often do you have to fix your furnace? And he goes, oh, not that often. Okay. So if it's not that often, why is your socket and socket set sitting right beside your furnace? And you know what the reason usually is for that is like here on Prince Edward Island, one of the principal methods of heating in rural housing is oil, furnace oil. And depending on the schedule when your furnace oil is delivered, you can possibly run out. You can run out of furnace oil, and it usually happens in the dead of winter after a big storm when all the roads are closed, and still closed. But if you get a fill up of furnace fuel, or you get a few $100s of furnace fuel in there, and you had run out, you have to bleed it through. So my thinking is, how often does this person allow his furnace to run out of oil? Like, and how continuous is that? Like, is that good for the starting mechanism when you're bleeding the furnace fuel through to keep restarting it like once a month throughout the winter season, or twice or 3 times a month? Like, how often do you allow it to run out to kind of stress out the furnace, right? Because the furnace is always looking for furnace fuel. And if there's no furnace fuel, of course, it's going to shut itself down because there's no fuel. Just like a car. When it runs out of gasoline, everything just dies, and even your steering goes bye-bye. So yeah, because nothing's being powered anymore. There's nothing. You're getting all your power directly from the battery when the alternator's not alternating current, right? Yeah. So how often does that happen? And just to look out for when you're house shopping. Yeah. Like, I remember there was an expose on Marketplace, which is on the CBC here in Canada, and they did this thing on home inspectors, and I, every time I bought a house, I had a home inspector. The home inspector found some neat things, and one time we were able to negotiate X amount of dollars before something was going wrong with the bathroom. The outside wall was reading wet because he had one of those moisture meters, and the moisture meter went all the way to the very top, saying that this wall is soaking wet on the inside, and it was on the outside wall where the shower was, and there was a window, so all the water was going down in behind where the glass was, where the glass slides back and forth. The water was beating down in the corners and then spreading, and then the whole wall had to be stripped out in that, and we wanted to get that house, and this was back in Barrie. And then when we were about to put the offer in, we put in the offer minus $6,000 for the cost of repairing the home and of repairing the wall, and they went back and said, okay, we'll do it by 3,000. And I'm like, well, like they countered with 3,000 more, not 6,000, 3,000. And it was just going to be like, the mortgage amount was just going to be less 3,000. I still had to come up with the cash, right, to repair the washroom, the bathroom. Or I could negotiate, they have to repair the bathroom before we could move in. I could negotiate that, but it was my real estate agent said, no, they won't go for that. They'll go for money off. And I'm like, well, then it'll have to be the full $6,000, because if it's going to be the full money off, then it's going to be what's going to be mortgaged, right? Oops, what am I doing here? It's going to be what's being mortgaged. So I want the full $6,000, so I get a reduced rate on my mortgage payments, but I still have to come up with the $6,000, either by credit card or cash or home renovation loan or whatever, to do this, because this bathroom needs to be done, right? Because you have to take down the wall on the inside and right down to the studs, unless the studs are completely rotted, and then rebuild from that. And I told him, like, we're gonna stand firm on this, and we're gonna say, okay, no, it'll be the $6,000 off your asking price because of this, and or else this is it. This is our last counter. And their real estate agent said, oh no, you can still counter again more. And it's like, no, this is the last one. If not, we're gonna go to a different house. Tell them that there's another house on the docket, the second place house. This is first place house, but if we don't get this house, there's second place house to go for. And a real estate agent's like, okay, I'll negotiate for that. And the homeowners went for it. They're like, yeah, okay, full 6,000. We understand where he's coming from, and it was great. And then we moved in 2 months later, and we did the repair on the bathroom, and it worked out really, really well. The damage was not as extensive as previously thought. It was, seals must have just died probably about maybe 2 months. So the actual stud work was fine. It wasn't rotted out. There was no mold per se for that. But we did use like spray 9 and all that, and scrubbed it all down and cleaned it all up. And then we checked the flooring in behind, which is like the ceiling of the room below, and everything was fine. Everything's fine. And then we did like the push test, where you try to push a very thin metal rod like a skewer through the wood, see if you can do that in various places, and we couldn't push it any farther at all. And so it's like, okay, so this passes the test. So we did a great job. And the renovation did cost $5,000, and we negotiated for $6,000, so that worked out really good. And the reason it only cost $5,000, even with all the materials and fixtures, things like that, is that I had some friends help me with the plumbing and that, and they showed me how to do some plumbing work, and that was really interesting. Yeah, kind of like the other conversation we had the other time, where we were going on about trying a trade. Cool. Very nice indeed. Cool. Yeah, so these over here I'm actually kind of liking, because I was working on them yesterday when I didn't realize, like, I was working along the top. You see it along the top, it's not too bad. Well, now I'm just being picky. But yeah, when I didn't realize the stream was down on Twitch, but Restream just kept it going. Saying, oh, no problems here. Okay, thanks, Restream. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting my money's worth out of Restream. Because I've noticed on YouTube, on my videos, since I simulcast, they all show up as live videos on YouTube. they're not getting a lot of views, but I haven't really optimized them that much. There's one video I went all out and I optimized, and I put notes with timestamps. Yeah, I put timestamps at all these individual spots, and there had to have been about 40 timestamps. I made sure I started with 0:00 in a space and then whatever it is. And I don't know if it's because the channel's so new or if it doesn't have that many subscribers now, because it is a brand new channel. The actual bookmarks or the actual timestamps are not appearing on screen when you watch. Not appearing on screen on mobile, and it's not appearing on screen on desktop. So I don't know if it's because it's a brand new account, but so I tried Googling it, and I tried YouTubing it, like searching in YouTube why my bookmarks aren't showing up, and there was nothing but a whole variety of reasons. There wasn't one definitive answer that I could find, even on second page search, as to why my timestamp's not showing up mid-video along the progress bar, right? So I left them there, and maybe it'll just come up automatically. That was another one that says it just shows up. There was only one person said it's because it's a brand new account and you don't have enough subscribers, but they didn't know how many subscribers you would need to be able to have the timestamps appear on midway. But they're clickable, right? On YouTube, they're clickable. So I don't get it. This is a nice song. Cool. So, you just roll with the punches. Because you've noticed that about a lot of social media places. Like Facebook is known for this as well. We're not giving you a straight up answer. And it's only through like the forums and Reddit and places like that. Like I'm not on Reddit very often. But I only really seem to go to Reddit when it shows up in a search result. If I have a problem with something. And these social media providers, they don't really talk about the mechanics or how things work. So I guess they're afraid of a lot of people gaming the system. And then there's people like me that are trying to do it, the legitimate way. Like I'm not buying followers, I'm not buying clicks, I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff. Like yesterday, some guy came in and spammed my chat yesterday. Yeah, and I said during the stream, this is recorded, right? And they just left. They just buggered off. They went nowhere. And then I think that that account, because I looked later, I think that that Twitch account disappeared because had that unless you can time travel, there's nothing here or something like that kind of error message. Like, yeah, okay, that person's just gonzos. Oh yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so I don't really see a really big benefit for keeping this restream. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. Even for being a new channel, I just don't see it bringing people in, because one of the worst ones right now I'm finding for traffic is Facebook, and Facebook continuously keeps saying, boost your live feed, boost this, boost, just boost it, and only cost you $15 a day to boost it and reach 1,500 people. Well, no, I want 1,500 people that'll find me legitimately, right? Yeah, if this is something they like, they'll find it, I'm sure. I'm not cryptic on making my my titles for any of these things. Like finishing off this huggable gray wolf Iray render, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So, yeah, what's that phrase that people use? Bad actors? Yeah, that has a bad actor. Very nice. Yeah, I'm just being kind of nitpicky around in here. Yeah. So maybe tomorrow I'll just try streaming just directly to Twitch, not say I'm using Restream at all, and then see how that goes. Yeah. Because another thing that's kind of weird too is that sometimes during the streams, when I see I have a few people on, is that I try to do a raid, right? And through CyberRed's recommendation, I did Google why I can't seem to raid, and I found out there's a lot of people that don't. Oh, I'm just talking about you, Cyber. You read my mind. Hello, hello. Where some people, like I was just saying, like right now, where some people for raids, there's I found the option too. There's an option where you can only accept raids from places you follow or from friends, eh? Like you can have friends on Twitch, which is interesting, and if you try to raid someone that's not your friend or not someone that follows you, it won't let it work. I'm like, oh, okay. And LOL. Yeah, you're reading my mind. And so that might be it too, eh? And I don't have any restrictions on being raided. Like it's free and clear. So that might have been it. Now, the places that I was trying to raid before, they were like they have like an active like 50 or 60 people on, eh? So and then the ones that did work, I don't have a heck of a lot of people on. So they might be like me, and it's free and clear to accept a raid. So that's what I found out when I was reading about it, and that was actually on Reddit. Yeah. Yaw. I am so happy you're here today, CyberRed. I'm very happy. Cool. Cool beans! Cool beans. And we're listening to some pretty chill music right now. Oh, here's something going here. So yeah, it's good to be here. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I rewatched yesterday's stream on Twitch, and it from what I was saying to what I was showing up in chat, it looks like things were lagging up pretty good. Cut it off at 47 minutes, I think it was. I'm like, oh, it's got that flashing thing where it's got that icon. Want to look at, oh, this is the same type of thing that came yesterday. Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers on bigfollows.com. No. Bye-bye, Charlotte Sexy. You are out of here. Add to block list and restream. Bye-bye. That is a bot. Oh, I see. Ban the bot. Yeah, okay, it's gone. Yeah, I just blocked it too. Yeah, it's blocked. You know, I had the exact same post yesterday, but it was from a different person. Yep. Well, I'm popular enough to get spammed, so I'm happy. Popular enough to get spam. Spam. So, there you go. Something you can do in your auto mods is ban phrases and forms of wanna be famous so they can't say it. Let's go into creator dashboard. Okay, streaming tools. Okay. Is it under settings? Settings, stream, chant, moderation. Okay. Okay. Block terms and phrases. Here we go. Enter words or phrases. Paste. Wanna be famous. Add term to block terms. Wanna become famous. Privacy, public. Add. There! Ah! Thank you! That was awesome! So I can do that mid-stream. Cool, so now if someone types in wanna be famous, they're blocked. Yes! Very good. Okay, that is slick. Block terms and phrases. What a great tip. That is such an awesome tip. Oh, there's even permitted terms and phrases? Messages containing these terms or phrases will be allowed in chat. Terms are automatically added when a mod approves a caught message. Huh. Well, I don't have any permitted phrases. Cool. Okay, that was really slick. Thank you. Thank you very much. No problem. You are a valuable resource, CyberRed. You are very valuable. I really appreciate your help. You know, it's all still new. All this stuff is still new. Yeah. Cool, man. Cool beans. Yeah, another thing I was chatting about earlier too was I used the service Restream, and this is in relation to what happened yesterday, where my Twitch stream got cut off. Is that I did not know it was cut off. I just kept going and going and going and going, and it wasn't until I rewatched it that I got it was like 10 minutes cut off. But I was on longer than that, I think. So, yeah. So I think tomorrow, just for fun, I'm just gonna use Twitch. I'm not gonna use Restream at all. I'll just send my data to Twitch's servers directly. Now, another reason I went for Restream is because Restream, their server is really close to where I am here on Prince Edward Island, whereas the closest one for Twitch, I think, was in Toronto. So it's got like a few extra 100 miles to go, but it might overall be better. So maybe I'll just do that, and then I don't have to worry about anything else, because even with Restream, I'm restreaming on YouTube and Facebook right now, and I'm getting like no traffic from Facebook at all. I'm getting nothing at all, except from Facebook. What I'm getting is, oh, want to boost your post? You want to pay money to get people to view what you've done? Like, why? So, what was that term a lot of people were using before? Oh yeah, discoverability. Like, so they don't want people to discover a new source? Is that how it is? And you know what's even stranger too is that when I'm searching for groups, I'm part of a whole bunch of different Great Dane groups. Great Dane Rescues, Great Dane Adoption, Great Dane Showing, all that. Those boosters might as well be bots too. What boosters? Oh, no. On Facebook, those ones are legitimate. Yeah, on Facebook, those ones are real. This is actually Facebook trying to get you to promote things like you, like on your, it's not really like a business page, but on your, oh, let's just call it a business page just for the sake of simplicity. If you post anything, any picture, any phrase, anything like that as a new post, you have an option to boost it. That's always been there. But lately, I've been getting those a lot. I've been getting them on my mobile phone. I've been getting them when I'm on Facebook on my computer here, eh? I was saying with how they spam you to pay them to promote you. Haha, I get that on my Insta all the time. Oh, they're on Instagram too? Yeah, I'm sure they are, those jerks. It's really, really annoying. It's really darn annoying. You know what's also annoying too is that way back in the day, if you're banking at a bank and you open an account there once and then you close the account because you're not using it anymore, like say a credit union, in like 3 years time, they'll start calling you on your phone asking if you want to open an account with them. I was like, what? And these are actual real legit calls. And I'm like, banks aren't supposed to call you at your like I don't understand how they can do that. And their thing, when I looked this up too on the Canadian Fraud Directory, they say because they had a previous rapport with you within a certain amount of time, they can legitimately call you for whatever, like say updates to a service or an account, which is kind of like the gray area that they can get into, and it's just really bothersome. It's like, I haven't been with you guys in eons. Toronto Dominion Bank is really bad for that. CIBC is really bad for that, apparently, for getting people to if you had an account with them and you close the account, they call you like years later saying, please give us a call right away because we want you to do something. And they don't tell you over the phone what it is. They want you to go into the branch to discuss this. And you don't, like, what happened? And I'm one of those people that gets their Equifax report every year. Every year I and it's free, that I can see what my Equifax is. Actually, I alternate it. There's TransUnion and Equifax up here in Canada. And TransUnion, you have to ask by mail, and then you can do it online. And I think it's every 2 years. It's free. And they'll mail you your credit report with your credit score to you. And I get that every year. Every year. And like one year is Equifax, another year is TransUnion, just to keep things in the league. And it's really interesting how different the reports are, even though they're free reports. So yeah, so I keep tabs of what's going on. And so if TD Bank is calling me saying, please have me give them a call, I'll be like, well, what is the reason? I want to know why you want me to call you. And they're like, oh yeah, I want you to sell you something. Like, no, I don't want to open up another account. No, I do not want a line of credit. That's what it was. It was a line of bloody credit. No, I don't need a line of credit. Thank you. Here, I slammed down my poor stylus. My poor expensive stylus. I've had to replace this stylus here. I think it was like $118. Yeah, don't slam the stylus around anymore. So yeah. But other than that, how's your day going, Cyber? How's your day going? So you're here. Ha! Yeah. Poor stylus. Abusing the poor stylus. Oh, this is actually working out pretty good. Don't have any like really weird things going on. Well, I have not been up long. Woke up and stopped by, and I need to make coffee. Yeah. I can't survive unless I have Java in my system. Once upon a time, back in the day, I used to work at a call center, and on Twitch, we worked in the same call center in the same department. And that's a lot of fun. We really like ride the rails with that for a bit, and then when you first start working in the call center, you have no seniority. So guess what kind of shift you get? The night shift. So and the night shift went to 1 a.m. So your shift would start at 7 p.m. and go on till 1 a.m. Or was it 6? Was it 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.? Or was it even earlier? Was it 5? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, so I think it was 5 a.m. It was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, that's 8 hours. So then when you have your lunch. Yeah, what's that, rest in peace? Yeah, oh no! Yeah, so yeah, and then sometimes if you couldn't get the client off the phone, you couldn't hang up on them, right? That was the biggest rules, that you were not allowed to hang up on. I do not miss call center jobs. Yeah, it was with a major cell phone provider, but it wasn't Bell. And I think you're down in the States, so I did too, and they were a nightmare. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I was lucky. I got moved around in the call center. I was on the prepaid, where people use topped up cards, and then I was in postpaid, and then I was in prepaid billing, and then I went from prepaid billing back to postpaid, and then I went into tech. It was tech 2, tech level 2. So we had unhappy customers transfer to us to try to get their phones working, and a lot of times it was the customer's fault, but rarely was it a time where we could actually do something to fix the phone. And then when we actually did fix the phone, it was great. But it was probably the same with you, is that probably out of 100 calls, you might have had one really good call that where you felt like you really genuinely helped that person, you know. And that's what helped. That's what helped me. And you know, it was to pay the bills and all that too. Yeah, it was absolutely mind-numbing. It was absolutely mind-numbing. I'm liking it. It's looking pretty good. He's looking good. Oh, there's a little weird hair there with the eye. Let's fix that up. What kind of weird song we got going on here? Ah! Not too far. Boop. Nice. There we go. That did the trick. Well, that worked. But I think this guy's looking pretty good. Yeah. He's looking pretty good. Yeah, so they have like these brand new filters for Photoshop that just came down. I'm working on Photoshop version 2022. So they got like this whole background thing going on where they can actually mix through artificial intelligence on your computer, mix foregrounds with backgrounds. So I on Envato I downloaded this background here, and it's got like some purples and that, and I thought, yeah, that looks kind of contrasty with whoops. Here, I'll just double click that. Kind of contrasty with that, and it was different enough. And then the actual filter itself produced this. I'm like, that kind of does match the coloring, and that was really no adjustments. It was like hardly anything was adjusted. But what was weird is that I had a hard time selecting the layer I wanted to work on for it to select, right? So I'm gonna try this a couple more times. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that there. Yeah, it was the new harmonization filter. I'm gonna leave that there. I think I have that selected. I'm gonna go to filter, neutral filters, and this is brand new. It just came out yesterday, this filter. Loading. Okay, so harmonization. So select layer. No, I don't want to select the wolf. I want to select ground. Because the layer is the wolf. Yeah, that's weird. Select layer. Yeah, it's not like select the proper one. So let's click no. Now if I select the wolf, will it let me select the other one? Filter, neutral filters. Harmonization. Select layer. Yeah, here we go. Now let me select that. Okay, so processing on device. Yeah, look at that. That was pretty quick, eh? Now, I can adjust the strength on it. Like, if this was the time of day, this would be the one to use. And it was just like seconds. So if now the strength is at 75. Yeah, you can see that there. My big ass head is not in the way. Now, if I put that to 100%, process, yeah, so that's that. But 75, the default was actually pretty good. So let's go all the way down to, like, say, 25%. Yeah, so that's not quite as much, but it's more of a blend. Right on like 51%. And then let's go back to 75. And then you can adjust a little more cyan, or yeah, there you go. Or you can do a little more red. Yeah. Or we can just leave it as a little bit of cyan. Now, the only thing it doesn't do is that for the cyan and magenta, it doesn't have a numerical value, so you do have to go by what this says. So here I'm adding more magenta. Now let's say less magenta, more green. Yeah, that looks closer to what I think it should be. And then we can do either more yellow or more blue. So we can go to more blue. And this is adjusting the wolf layer. Okay, now let's go, just for fun, go to the more yellow side. Yeah, okay, so that's less. So we'll do a little more blue. Now the saturation does have a numerical value, so I can give it more saturation of this blend. Oh, it saturates the entire picture. Oh no. Oh yeah, now it's looking kind of stark. So put that back to 0. Brightness, we can make our wolfie brighter. Yeah, so now he's punching out, but the coloring is right. Yeah. We'll just leave that at 0. Yeah, that actually looks better than the previous one, but the coloration seems to match, so that's cool. Yeah. So here's the first one, and then original, and the second one. Yeah, I like that one better. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can tell I was playing around with it before I changed his hairs around. You can see all the hairs that I got rid of. Yeah, there's a before and after, all right. But I'm liking that one. I'm liking that one pretty good. Cool. I think I'm gonna save that. Yeah. Nice. That's actually pretty nice. It did a pretty good job. I wonder if I could do it as a compare. Nah, I don't think I want to mess around with that too much. Do a side by side. Yeah, side by sides are kind of boring. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Oh, I love the sky, so pretty. Thank you. Yeah, so here is the original, and here matches the wolf's eyes. Yeah, yeah. And then here's the first time it did it, like just default. And then there's the second time, the second harmonization in it, and this is after adjusting the controls. Yeah, so that works out really good. Yeah, so that blue, theoretically, they're saying that this blue in his eyes is matching one of the blues here in the background. Oh, wow. Yeah, and that was using the harmonization tool, the brand new tool that came out with Photoshop yesterday. So yeah, so I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, and then you can see the previous version with all the little hairs in the back there. All the ones that I fixed. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with that one. Oh, fun! Yeah, oh, fun! Yeah, it's part of the fun. But it's but if you're in a production environment, this will save you so much time, because other times you would actually have to go into your, and then you have to move that up to there. And then you would actually have to select parts of the background. And then when you selected the darkest value, the lightest value, and the mid-range value of your background, then you would use these same pointers and then select your subject to help blend the color together. But this does it all at one time. Yay for saving time! Yeah, really, everything for saving time. Save time. We'll just delete that. And then other ways too is you can actually do the channel mixer. No, not the channel mixer. Oh, I always get these mixed up. It's was it the photo filter? Yeah, it was the photo filter. This is, no, that's not the one or is it? Is that the one I wanted? No, that's not it. I don't want that. I don't want you. I want, was it color lookup? Yeah, it's color lookup. This is the one I would use a lot of times because it has different coloring lens effects. So depending on what kind of camera you're using, depending on what photo stock you would have. So this one I might go crisp winter and adjusts the whole thing, but it adjusts the background and the foreground in such a way that it blends it together more. And then you would layer it out, and you would do like different screen, like you'd screen, and then you would just bring down the opacity enough, just enough to give it that punch to make it look like it all blends together. But doing it this way, it's get rid of you, and we'll get rid of you. This way, it just it looks better. Yeah, and it's artificial intelligence that's doing it. So I'm all fun for that. Yeah. Cool. So tomorrow we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing something completely different because this is the last picture here that we work on here for the portfolio for my eyes thing, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that and see if we're going to crash the computer tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to see if we're going to crash the computer. we're gonna make everything self-destruct. Yeah. Hype, hype. Yes, destroy the computer, make it start smoking, and make it die. So I'm gonna finish this up here. But let's try doing a raid. Hey, let's try doing a raid on somebody. So I'm gonna save this here before things go sideways. Save. May the force be with you. Yeah, really. Let's do it. Okay, let's go to Twitch. Let's go to Twitch. Okay, let's see who's on. Huh. Okay. There's nobody in my friends list that's on. There's nobody. I don't have anybody. Oh, this is the terrible part of actually doing this in the mornings, that there's hardly anybody on except for you, Cyber, and Red, and the other Red, for this. Oh my goodness, I don't have anybody. Okay, so I guess I can't do a raid because there's nobody here that I know that's online. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Very sweet, wholesome being. Oh, Buttery Smooth is an amazing artist on Twitch and makes very realistic art. He is drawing a puppy. Oh, Buttery Smooth. Okay. Buttery Smooth. Buttery Smooth. He works in graphite pencil. Nice! Okay, let's try that. Why don't we... Let's go to my channel. Let's try doing it over there. Okay, I'm going to mute me. Okay, I'm muted. New! He will help you gain a following for sure. Well, thank you! So, R-A-I-D. Oh, I don't know how the person is spelled. But is Buttery Smooth one word? Raid. At Buttery. Buttery. Oh, okay, so capital letter. T. S-M-O-T-H. It is. Raid. It says no matches. Well, let me hit enter. Oh, it said use. Okay. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? I don't know. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Oh. Oh, here we go. There it is on the very top. One viewer's raid Buttery Smooth now. Okay, let's go raid now.
What's cooking, bud? What's cooking? There he is. Hello, hello. Hello, hello indeed. How are you? Lovely to meet you. What have you been up to today? How was the stream? What have you been doing? What brings you to these shores? To come and see my shizzle. Huh? Huh? How you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Woo! What were you up to today? You love Great Danes. They are huge. We're trying out Photoshop's new harmonization filter. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. On stream. Well, let me pop you a little follow to start with. Oh, yeah. Now, that is a Great Dane. Excuse me.
Like butter.
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Dane. That's very kind of you, bud. Great Dane. Giving you a follow. There we go. It says you're still live. Have you turned the stream